Hello, everyone. Let's get this party started. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Poppy Balser, and I am delighted to welcome you here to the opening reception of Open Water 2025. Excuse me. I am not a practiced public speaker, so I will say we're going live out to YouTube to allow all the members and artists that wanted to be here to see our announcements. So welcome to you as well out there. And we're located here at the Teichert Gallery in Halifax in the district of Sipekne'katik, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. As we gather in this space, we must recognize that we are all treaty people and we all have responsibilities to each other and to the land. We're here because we're celebrating 100 years of the Canadian Society of Painters in Watercolor, and we couldn't be more grateful to be here in Halifax at Teichert Gallery to recognize this national milestone. Open Water is a juried international watercolor exhibition and competition that highlights the best work in the watercolor medium. It takes the work of many, many volunteers to bring this to fruition, and there's a few people that I would like to acknowledge. My co-chair, who I can't see, where is he? Gary McFarland. You'll hear from him. He left. Yeah, you'll hear from him later. But my co-chair, Gary McFarland, and his partner Nancy Myatt, who has brought us this wonderful, wonderful assortment of refreshments. CSPWC Life member and past regional director Ron Hazel. And I'd also like to acknowledge she's here with us in spirit. She can't be here, but past CSPWC president Rain Tunley has been invaluable with her expertise from doing numerous open water shows in the past. I'd also like to acknowledge Janet Tovey, who many of the CSPWC members may recognize as our administrator for 3 years. She's returned to help us as awards coordinator, and we're very grateful for all the people who have brought this show together. Our jury, speaking of putting the show together, our jury literally put the show together because they chose the paintings. So our jury is Ron Hazel and Ann Balsh, CSPWC and member Ann Balsh, and Michael McCormick, assistant curator of the Art Gallery of Nova Scotia. Thank you, folks. We couldn't have done it without you. I'm pleased to welcome the Honorable David Ritchie, Minister of Community, I want to get all of it, Minister of Communities, Culture, Tourism, and Heritage. He's bringing greetings for the province.
I guess I need my mic, don't I? Let's see if I can. Yeah, maybe. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Poppy, and welcome everyone. My colleague, Mr. Jill Balser, is here this evening. My assistant, Marcus Wilmot. Many guests here tonight. This is an amazing venue. It truly is. I walked through the doors. It's pretty special, and you know, I really, I'll be honest, I didn't know it was here. So this is pretty special because I just go over here. But anyways, my apologies to everyone. But this is an amazing evening. I want to welcome also His Worship, Mary Annie Fillmore, who's here with us tonight. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to join you here tonight at the Teichert Gallery, right here in the heart of Halifax, to celebrate the opening of Open Water 100. So on behalf of the Premier, the Honourable Tim Houston, and the Province of Nova Scotia, and the Department of Communities, Culture, Tourism, and Heritage, we're proud to welcome you to this incredible place we call home. And I want to extend our thanks to the Canadian Society of Painters in Watercolor for choosing Halifax for this year's Open Water. It's an honor for us to host this incredible milestone of their 100th anniversary. Congratulations. As we gather for the Open Water exhibition here this evening, I would also like to acknowledge the Art Sales and Rental Society of the Teichert Gallery for hosting the event and nurturing the arts in Nova Scotia and beyond. Achieving a century of work is a rare honor, and we know celebrating this centennial milestone right here in Nova Scotia is a testament to the depth of creative talent in our region and to Nova Scotia's place as a cultural destination. Now, I may be biased, but I believe there are no other landscapes in the world that can captivate the imagination and call a brush to the canvas like those right here in beautiful Nova Scotia. The natural beauty of our coast, our heritage, and the hospitality of our people makes Nova Scotia a treasure trove for artists. And the story of our beautiful province will always be uniquely told through the medium of watercolor. This year's Open Water is not only national and international in scope, but also proudly local. 6 maritime artists: Chris Gorey, Susan Patterson, William Rogers, Roy Tibbetts, and Mary Yershison are featured in this year's show. And I'm especially thrilled to highlight the Haligonian Carter Noseworthy has been recognized in the new youth category. Supporting our young artists is critical to sustaining our cultural future. By encouraging an emerging talent, we invest in innovation, the new perspectives that will shape tomorrow's cultural landscapes. The province recognizes the vital role arts and culture plays and has in building vibrant communities. The arts enrich our quality of life and contribute to our economy, tourism, and a sense of cultural identity. Exhibitions like the Open Water bring people together, spark conversations, and open doors to discovery. It's incredible to think about creating 100 years of connections between generations of artists, between regions of our country, between viewers and creators. Before I close, I want to thank everyone that has brought this exhibition to life: the artists, the curators, the organizers, and of course, all of you, the audience, for your support and enthusiasm. To the Canadian Society of Painters in Watercolor, thank you for your century-long dedication to the artistic excellence. And thank you to the team at Teichert Gallery for hosting this amazing celebration. Nova Scotia will continue to champion the power of art in our communities. So I thank you all for being here this evening. And again, on behalf of the province of Nova Scotia and our Premier, the Honorable Tim Houston, enjoy the evening and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister Ritchie. I'd now like to welcome to the podium Halifax Regional Municipality Mayor Andy Gilmore.
Thanks, Poppy. Well, good evening, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be with you here tonight as we launched Open Water 100 at the Teichert Gallery. When I first saw this in my appointment calendar a few weeks ago, I thought I was going to like a marine science convention. I wasn't sure. Open water, I love the double entendre, and it makes so much more sense here. And now 100 years, and it's all, the name really comes together. Congratulations to the society, and what a remarkable accomplishment. There are a number of familiar faces in the room and a lot of visitors as well, I think. So welcome everyone. I just want to say thanks to my friends, Minister Dave Ritchie and Joel Balzer, to my colleague in the chamber, the council chamber, downtown and South End, Councillor Laurel White, I also want to just say a warm thanks to Andrea, the director of Teichert Gallery, for fitting us all in here tonight, and Sarah Moore, the CEO of the Art Gallery of Nova Scotia. I think you're going to hear from her in a moment, who knows a thing or two about art. I just want to also acknowledge Advocate Publishing. Sean is here, who is the CEO of Advocate. Thank you very much, and I think thank you for hosting, and or rather for sponsoring, and also I think you're behind a live feed as well. So thank you for that. So it turns out it's been a century that the Canadian Society for Painters in Watercolor have been doing their beautiful work, and it is a beautiful work in a very challenging medium. It is unbelievably unforgiving. I'm no artist, but I've tried my hand at it once or twice, and I understand its difficulties. But tonight, Halifax has the honor of hosting the Society's Centennial Exhibition, and it's a milestone that connects us to artists across the country and around the world, and welcome to you all and those watching elsewhere. So I want to thank the Society. I want to thank the Art Sales and Rental Society, Teichert Gallery, for bringing this work to our city. It's especially meaningful to see Nova Scotian artists featured alongside national and international talent, and Minister Ritchie mentioned that talent, but I do also want to recognize the young Haligonian, Carter Noseworthy, in the youth category. Carter, congratulations again. It's really lovely to meet you. And I don't want to embarrass Carter, but Carter is just in his 12th year of high school. He's in grade 12 right now, if you can believe that, and his work sold. So that's really good. That's really great news. But I want to say the watercolor, Carter's work included in all of the work in the exhibition here this evening, has a way of capturing what words can't. The softness of a memory, the light between moments, the beauty that slips past us every day in our busy lives. It's such beautiful work, and it's surrounding us here tonight. So I want to say thank you. Thank you to the Canadian Society of Painters in Watercolor. Thank you to the artists. Congratulations to everyone who made this exhibition possible, and thank you all for sharing this milestone in our city. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Fulmer. Now, as the province's leading arts institution, whoops, I'm supposed to be on camera. Let me move this over. I told you, I'm not a professional public speaker. I'm a painter. We work by ourselves and nobody's around, and that's what we're used to, so bear with me. All right. As the province's leading arts institution, the Art Gallery of Nova Scotia is an anchor in the wide ecosystem of the visual arts. We're delighted to have CEO Sarah Moore Fillmore to join us this evening. Welcome.
And welcome you all here tonight. Thank you. Thanks. I have seen the mayor's watercolors. They are incredibly difficult. You all know that. Many people think that it's the easiest of mediums, but you all know it's actually the most unforgiving. So kudos to you. I love a competition. So few times in art do we have a chance to applaud people who do work in solitary ways. So I'm happy that we're all here today to celebrate the work that you're doing, hear your stories, and see the output of your work, and really applaud loudly. So we'll just give you all a huge. How exciting that 2025 marks the 100th anniversary of the Canadian Society of Painters in Watercolor, 100 years. It also marks the 50th anniversary of Teichert Gallery. We are proud partners of Teichert, and when you support Teichert, you support the Art Gallery of Nova Scotia, so thank you all. I'm really pleased to add my congratulations to all of you who submitted and to the artists who have been selected for the exhibition and for the prizes. Congratulations to you all. Exceptional work. Those who have explored the diversity of this medium and showed us your skills at the highest level. So congratulations and thank you. This is a lovely tie-in to an exhibition of work by Rosenberg, a historical exhibition curated by our own assistant curator, Michael McCormick, who sat on the jury. He claims he doesn't know much, but he has such a wealth of information. And I'm so happy that he served on the jury. Thank you very much for that work, and to each of the jury members. It's sometimes thankless, but also wildly enriching. I'm sure your discussions were heated, exciting. I'm sure there weren't fists flying, but I'm glad that you made the decisions you did. I want to say how important it is to celebrate the arts now more than ever. And thank you for joining today and for raising your voices and your glasses to the fine artists in this room. And to you, Poppy, to Andrea, and to the Society, thank you for choosing this as your home, and thank you for all of this fine work. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Moore-Fillmore. Okay, so there are a few others here that I'd like to acknowledge and welcome and thank them for their support. I'd like to support my MLA, the Honorable Jill Balser, Minister of Cybersecurity and of Service, Nova Scotia, and family. I'd like to thank, yes, exactly, that's right. Her mom was, this is personal, her mom was one of my earliest and most faithful collectors, so it's lovely to have her here. Yeah. I'd like to thank MLA Lisa Lachance and Councillor Laura White and Teichert Gallery Executive Director Andrea Smith, who's just been a joy to work with. This gallery is a wonderful space to hang work. It's also run by a great group of people. I've never seen such a wonderful gallery staff, so we're very grateful. Thank you. I'd like to extend sincere appreciation to Crystal and Sean Murray of Advocate Printing and Media, who are live streaming, and I realize I haven't been looking at your camera. I'm sorry. And I'd like to thank your team as well, who provided promotion support and printed our catalogs and done so much more, so thank you. We are grateful. Now, permit me to talk for just a minute about the show. I know you're here for the art, not for me, so I'll keep it as short as I can. We could not have this show without the artists. I'd like to thank each and every artist who entered, whether their work is here on the wall or not. We had far more exceptional paintings to choose from. Well, I say we, the jury had far more paintings to choose from than would ever fit on these walls, and they were all beautiful. And so we're grateful for each and every entry. Many of our guests here this evening are artists. So if you look at a name tag and you see the little blue logo on their name tag, that means they have that person with that blue logo on their name tag has a painting on the wall. And if you look at the wall and there's a little blue logo next to the painting, it means that artist is here. So I hope you get a chance to speak to the artists and ask them about their paintings, because these are special paintings. Not only are they among the best in contemporary Canadian watercolor, but they also have historical significance by being part of this show. Those of you who buy a painting in this show are buying a piece of art, Canadian art history, because this is our 100th anniversary exhibition. Imagine if you had a painting from the first exhibition. So think about that as you look at the art, and keep in mind, these paintings are here for 3 weeks, and then they're going to come off the walls and they're going to go back to their artists across Canada and across the world. So if there's a piece you're in love with, buy it now. I'm going to call on, yes. I'm going to call on my wonderful co-chair, Gary McFarland, in just a minute. He's done so much of the heavy lifting, and I mean that as a pun, but I also mean in so many other ways on this show. He's going to announce the awards, but before I do that, I do have 2 more words. As you look at these paintings and think about the jurors' choices, and Mayor Fillmore touched on this, but remember this, watercolor is a highly demanding medium. Painting in watercolor requires discipline, planning, patience, and an ability to embrace, we'll call them spontaneous flows of paint across the page. Many of us love watercolor just for that reason. However, the unpredictable nature means that we have to plan in advance. When you look at all these paintings on the walls, when you see white areas in the painting, those are spaces that the artist left blank. We typically don't use white paint at all. So when you see something white, it means the artist on purpose remembered to not paint through that part. Because once you paint through that part, it's never going to be white again and you have to start over. We're grateful to all our sponsors. It's because of their generosity that we have such a lovely range of sponsors to award. So take a moment, check out the sponsor poster. If you have a chance to support our sponsors, please do. That's enough of me for now. Gary, would you like to come up and give away some prizes?
I've got them. Yeah, let me move this. Do you want this flat?
If we can.
Yeah, I'll have to adjust the camera.
I'm also the shipper receiver, so.
Yes, like I said, heavy.
Please buy these paintings.
All right.
I got one in a crate from Spain. Is
Yeah. There we go. I think that'll work. You good?
that it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, it's rolling.
it's good. Okay. First one is the Legion Paper Award going to Chris Corey, dear friend, for his being We have several artists in the room that are going to receive awards, and some that may be watching on this live stream. The Awardsman's Art Supplies Award of Toronto-based distributor of art supplies goes to Missy Acker for her painting The Air. And a nice regional vendor, supporter, sponsor, Endeavor's Art Stuff in Fredericton, New Brunswick. This award goes to Susan Patterson for her strawberries and cream.
Come over here, Steve.
Next award is the Michael Harding Handmade Artist Material Award. That goes to Jennifer Annesley for The Passage. Next award is the Royal Talons Rembrandt brand. It goes to Deborah Long for November Park Bench. I thought it was a friend. I thought it was a friend of mine that she painted. The painting is over there in the corner.
Consider me your friend.
And it looks just like that guy. So my goodness, how does she know him? But next award is anybody who speaks Chinese is probably going to say, "Why did you butcher that name?" But the Bohang Artist Watercolor Paper Award goes to Minjung Wang. For morning. Yeah, it's all right. You're doing the heavy lifting today. This award goes to somebody who's here today. It's the Heinz Jordan and Company Award, long-standing Canadian distributor of art products in this country. Support Canadian. Coral Yu Chen. And I meant to say radiance of a smile. So I love that painting. It's right there at the end of the gallery. This smiling, forced smile, I think. It's a beautiful watercolor.
Thank you, thank you.
Next award is from Golden Artist Colors Award. It goes to Mr. Brian Turner for Bright Creek. You get a chance to find that painting. It's a beauty. Next award goes to somebody who's also in the room today. Dixon Ticonderoga Award goes to J.C. Little. Yes, I was just gonna say that. And the painting is right below this Radiance of Smile is JC's painting. And the model happens to be in the room. I think she's down there. I think. So if you want to get a picture of the two of them together, do that. And if you had an award for packaging, this lady gets it. Well done. Thank you. Where are we? My Chinese is not great. The Charles Comfort Award goes to Luan Quash for Beneath the Silence. Another beautiful. And this award, Carl Schaefer Award, goes to Karen Ma for Fruitful Thinking. It's the one right over there, just over Lynn Gorey's shoulder. It's an exceptional watercolor. Anybody heard of Carter Noseworthy? Youth Division, last run at Wentworth. Please.
One thing for you. You're still in school, right?
Yeah.
This is the back. There's nothing in there for school. It's all art supplies of one thing or another. Some special donations from Poppy Balser. So those paints will turn into magic and brushes and all kinds of things that I'm sure you'll put to use.
All right. Thank you very much, Gary, for that. Now, we have two more awards to give away, and I would like to bring up CSPWC Life Member Ron Hazel up here to announce the last two awards and to give us a little bit of insight into the thinking of the jury. So here you are, Ron.
Thank you very much, Bobby, Your Worship, and Mr. Minister, and welcome everybody. It's great to see so many here at our 100th anniversary open water show. The last two awards are the most prestigious in the open water exhibition. And the first one I'd like to announce is the Sally Jarvis Award, awarded to artwork of exceptional quality in Sally Jarvis Sloan's honor through her bequest to the Society, a $2,500 cash award. And unfortunately, the winner, who is Cesare, is unable to be here. She lives in Spain.
He is in Spain.
And the top award is the A.J. Cason Medal. It is awarded to the best painting in the exhibition. And it's a bronze medal in honor of one of the Canadian Society of Painters and Watercolors founding members, and was inspired by one of Cason's masterworks, and it is accompanied by a $2,000 cash award. And it goes to Mr. Dong Lee. And unfortunately, Mr. Lee is not able to be here. He lives in British Columbia. And the painting is the top one, the dark painting of the light in the alley. Best painting in the show. So as one of the three jurors, I've been asked to say a few words about the process of jury. People are always interested to know, how does the jury arrive at their conclusion? Well, first of all, I'd like to just mention a few words, or say a few words about the word open water. You've heard that all night long. What does it mean? You never thought he was going to a marine show. Okay, open water. It's called open because this exhibition, which is an annual event, is open to all artists worldwide. Not just Canadians, all artists worldwide. And being the 100th exhibition, we receive paintings from all over the world, from 7 different countries, mostly from Canada, but we receive paintings from Europe, from China, from Australia, from Israel, and maybe a couple of other countries that I can't quite remember. Anyway, we received also close to 300 works for the exhibition. There were only 45 paintings in the show. So we had the chore of choosing 45 from almost 300. That's 1 in 6. So we had our work cut out for us. So what does the jury look for when they're judging a show? Well, there are essentially 3 elements to choosing a painting for an exhibition. The first one is good composition. What shapes has the artist created, and how do those shapes work with each other? That's the most important element. I don't have time to go into what's further, but we all know what's bad composition, I'm sure. The second and third elements are value. Each of those shapes has to have a light or a dark wash applied to it. And finally, each shape has to have some color. Has the artist used value and color in an interesting and an exciting way? Has the artist used those 3 elements to tell a story? When the viewer looks at such a painting, do they say, wow? That's what we look for in these paintings. Now, as I said, we only have room for 45, but every one of these paintings deserves an award. I think you'll agree they're excellent works. And I'd just like to say a word about the award. The process of choosing the awards, of course, is the same as choosing the works originally. And for the first time ever, we have had a youth division, and you've heard various speakers this evening. And Carter his work is on the easel. So he's the first ever youth to exhibit in an open water exhibition in Canada since the founding of the society. So congratulations. I'm almost finished. The mayor mentioned how challenging watercolor painting is. It is, for those of you who don't paint, probably the most challenging, in particular, transparent watercolor. Why? Being a transparent medium, every single brush stroke shows in the final painting. You can't fudge it, as you can in acrylics and oils. So what you see here is outstanding work in every regard. So finally, I'd like to congratulate all the participating artists in the show, especially the award winners. So thank you again for coming and sharing this significant moment in the history of our society. Enjoy the show. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Thank you for your insight into the jury's mind as you went through your layers of decision-making to get to where we are. When I say layers, we started by inviting artists to submit their work in April, and then the jury met for the first time early July and have been, met many times between then and now to get where we are. So thank you again to the jury. In closing, painting is a discipline that has a much longer much longer historical arc than just 100 years. It's a uniquely human endeavor that has evolved as our societies have evolved. Speaking now as an artist, instead of a exhibition chair, we make our paintings. When we make our paintings, we inevitably paint something that we feel a strong connection with. In our increasingly digital world, it's ever more important to remember to ground ourselves and to surround ourselves with things that are made by hand, things that are made by people that have that personal human spark that speaks to how we connect with the world around us. So have a look at the work on the wall, enjoy the show, and in about 5 minutes, we'll clear this table off and I'll get Ron Hazel to cut the CSPWC's 100th anniversary birthday cake. So make sure you get some dessert, okay? Thank you, thanks. For the people online who can't see the show, what I'm going to do is on our YouTube feed, I'm going to run a very short video of what the room looks like, so you know what it looked like before it filled up with people, and that'll be the end of the live feed. So thanks for sticking with us online, and thanks again, folks.
Must be working. So I need 2 minutes for this.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. All right. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
I appreciate your comments very much.
Very special collection. Right down to here. You look at the drawing. That's where it started. Years ago.
About 4 years out of 5, it's in Toronto.
And how often has it been here?
2002, 2015, and this year. And Ron Hazel is the one who brought me the front
Good, and it's well attended by artists from the way.
I like the rental model. Oh, yeah. Thanks for
all your travels as well.